that's a quick intro before I go to work. Because after watching one of Naruto Explain's last videos, I kind of realized I haven't said or done anything outside of the first Two Blue Vortex video involving Sarada. So we gonna rectify that in this one. So without further ado, let's get to it. What's going on, everybody? This is your Anime Legacy back in the Anime Lounge, and as I said before in the intro, it's time to talk about Sarada. Now, to understand Sarada and to talk about her correctly, you have to understand the history of Ashura, Inra, and Uchiha themselves, and where we are now in Two Blue Vortex. Okay, so basically, for those of you who haven't watched Naruto, the way Ashura and Inra are presented is, if you read your Bible, Cain and Abel, basically. It's like Ashura is Abel and Inra is Cain. In other words, Ashura is the one that holds Hagoromo's teachings and believes the correct way, and Inra is the one who kind of fell to the path of darkness, mostly thanks to Black Zetsu, but somewhat because he just didn't understand, how the way of Ninshu was supposed to be used. It's basically about harmonization over domination, which is something that Inra, who was born with more power, can't relate to. So basically, this brotherly feud goes on through generations, as with Asian belief, people reincarnate. So obviously, the last two incarnations before Naruto and Sasuke were Hashirama Senshu and Madara Uchiha, who clashed and basically became the founders of the ninja world. Not necessarily in that order, but that's what they did. Then you have Naruto and Sasuke, and we all know if you watch the series, we all know how that ended up. Basically they followed the Valley of the End and destroyed the Madara and Hashirama statues and ended up walking away with one arm. So, where does that leave us with the Uchiha and the Senju and the Ashura Inra stuff in the Boruto era? Well, basically, Boruto and Sarada are the first two children born, out of the cycle of hatred between the Uchiha and the Senju. Now, on the surface, when you look at it, Sarada and Boruto are, from a romantic standpoint, going down that whole childhood friend who actually start out as childhood friends and become lovers situation. Not like what you see in a lot of other animes where the childhood friend is, an eternal mate that basically saying you can't do no better, and if it's a harem ecchi, depending on how they want to go with it, you're proven otherwise. It's proven otherwise. But I digress. That's a topic for another day. As far as Sarada goes and why all of this is important, everything about Sarada is about the protection of love. Which means that everything Sarada does is about protecting love. Even when you look at her outfit, provocative as it may be, like she tells you in chapter 1, Two Blue Vortex, this is a sign of her loyalty to her father and Boruto. Because she's not under the influence of the Tsukuyomi. So, how is that going to lead to her getting the power? Well, personally, I would say maybe the best power up for her would be to get the Senreigan. And I know that would be weird to have two Senreigan users, but think about it. We don't know what it takes to get the Senreigan or how to unlock any of these eyes other than being an Otsutsuki. Sarada is at least 5 to 15% Otsutsuki. And I say probably leaning more toward the 15% mark because of the power up that her father got from having an Enra awakened chakra along with the 3-tone wave Rinnegan inside of him. Just like Naruto, just like Boruto and Himawari were probably close to, I would say, 20 to 25% Otsutsuki before karma happened to Boruto, because Hinata got the power up from Homura. Naruto got the power up from Enra, getting Enra, I said not Enra, Asura chakra. And for clarification, for anybody who may sit up there and say, where you getting all this from? It's like, just because Naruto can't use the chakra does not mean that it doesn't have an effect on his genetics. Case in point, every Saiyan, as we found out in Dragon Ball, every Saiyan has the potential to become a Super Saiyan. It's just about training and knowledge of how to go about the process of unlocking the transformation for Saiyans to do it. That's so everybody has, so the genetic imprinting of the Sage Chakra is still in Naruto's children. It's still in their genetics to be able to unlock that power. They just need a conduit to do it. They just need training and a conduit to unlock that 6-path chakra. It's not like they don't have access and couldn't be granted access if Hagoromo decided to show up and say, the situation called for it, might have to do that to help the kids out. That's all depending on the author's writing style. But the potential is still there. So, when it comes to these new eyes, we know that Kawaki got his Dome Wheel eye basically because he's got karma and he's Ishiki's vessel. Now, he's not Ishiki's vessel no more because Ishiki's dead, but he still has the ability with karma to access the Dome Wheel eye. Now, when it comes to the Senreigan, again, Ada was just made into a cyborg and somehow awaken it. We don't know what it takes to awaken the eye. So, if the Sharingan, is awakened, Mangekyo is awakened by the loss of love and basically feelings of hatred and vengeance, what path would the Sharingan take if it was powered by the desire to protect love and to, utilize the power of love to build up the person's strength. I mean, it's a perfect setup of both yin and yang for this eye that we have spent so much time on in Naruto. Now, as for if she gonna hook up with Boruto, that's a whole nother video. I mean, that mostly depends on what they gonna do with Boruto, because there, like I've said before, there are multiple paths Boruto can take. I mean, we don't even know if Boruto is gonna live. But like to hear your thoughts on what I had to say. If you like anything you heard, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.